It's a bonus episode. Thank you for tuning in to the Juggle is Real podcast. I am here with something a little bit different. I am sharing a sneak peek, a look into my 7-day challenge that is starting on January 15th. And I want you to have a listen and to maybe just go through the exercise that I'm going to share that is part of the 7-day challenge. And I want you to think to yourself, could I truly be this person that I'm going to create for myself? And that is what this day in the challenge is all about. It is creating your 2023 persona. And for those of you who don't know, I am also a marketing professor. And so for this day in the challenge, I've put on my marketing cap and I'm teaching marketing principles, but putting them in place for you to create the persona of yourself for this year so that you can step into your light, step into your power, and make the decision for who you want to be and then become it. So why am I sharing this? Why am I spilling the tea and putting part of this 7-day challenge in the podcast? Well, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I want you to join me for my 7-day challenge to streamline, simplify, and supercharge your year. So I am going to make it incredibly easy. You have today's sneak peek, and I also have an incredible offer in the podcast notes. All the details are there, as well as the link to join us. So feel free to pause now, head to the notes, get all the details, and link through. Join us for this challenge that is starting on January 15th until January 21st. And if you need a little bit more, feel free to listen to this episode. I know you're going to be blown away. And once you complete this exercise, you are going to be ready to continue into this challenge to streamline, simplify, and supercharge your year. So, I love to speak about creating things with ease, making it fun, and also convenience is paramount, especially for you who is the master juggler, who has so much on your plate. And that's why this challenge has been developed with ease, fun, and convenience in mind. So we're going to have a live training on Sunday, January 15th. That's also going to be recorded. So if you miss it, you'll get that recording. There's going to be 5 days of recordings delivered directly to you. You can listen to it audio. There's going to be video option, and each is going to include an exercise and a worksheet that you can complete when is best for you. It's not going to take long. You'll be able to fit it in your day whenever it works best for you. And then our final day, day 7, which is Saturday, January 21st, also will be recorded. We're going to come together live to put it all together. I know that after this challenge, you are going to feel more calm and in control. You will have the tools and strategies to increase your efficiency, decrease stress, lose the guilt and the judgments, create space for yourself, have time for you, and have that plan in place. So if you're ready to join us now, please head to the podcast notes, get all of those details. But for now, I want to dive into creating your 2023 persona so that you know who you are becoming this year. So are you with me? Let's get started. Welcome to the Juggle is Real podcast. I'm your host, Andryanna. A few years ago, burnout nearly cost me that happy, fulfilled life that I'd always dreamed of. Every day left me feeling overwhelmed with stress at work, at home, and just with life in general. I felt like I was constantly running and couldn't catch my breath. So I embarked on a journey of finding better balance, of learning how to prioritize my own needs, of shifting my mindset to live with more ease and balance, of learning how to do more without the pressure of doing it all. And I discovered that letting go of the need for a perfect life opened up opportunities to bring in more joy. So I am sharing my experience and my learnings with you so that you don't have to struggle. I want to show by example how liberating and empowering it can be to silence expectations, to learn how to live through the chaos of work and family with grace, joy, and ease. So what do you think? Are you with me? Let's get started. Hello and welcome to day 2 of our 7-day challenge to streamline, simplify, and supercharge our 2023. Thank you so much for joining me for day 2 of our 7-day challenge. Now, yesterday, how great was that? How amazing was it to be able to look backwards and harvest all of the good from those vibes? This is what we're going to begin day 2 with. From that energy, we are looking at who we have to be and not how it's all going to come together. So that's why we're calling it the who, not how, creating our persona for 2023. And throughout this 7-day challenge, now that we're in this middle point from day 2 to day 6, I'm going to be sending you, delivered directly to you, these short videos. And let me just say right now, you do not have to be watching this. You don't have to be looking at me, although you know what, I did do some hair and makeup today, so voila. You don't have to be watching this video. You can be listening to the audio file. You can be out for a walk, and kudos if you are, especially if you're in a northern climate like me and it's a little chilly out. You can be driving. You can be lying down. That would be another huge kudos. Wherever you are, it's perfect. And if you are tuned in and you're watching, that's amazing. Good for you. So you're going to be listening to this workshop video for day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6, and there will be an exercise attached. So feel free to be wherever you are for the audio portion, but please make sure that you are making the time, carving a few minutes of space within your day to complete the exercise, because the listening is great. Gaining the understanding is beautiful, but taking action and physically completing the short exercises, the worksheets, and these little things that I'm asking of you, this is what's really going to have it really feel deeper and have you tune in and really, become what it is that you want. So I'm not just here because, I have these big ideas. These are things that I've actually done. I have taken the time and I have created and forever shifted and changed my life because of these teachings. So for today, we are focusing on your persona for 2023. And this is going to be so much fun. Why is it going to be fun? Because I have been doing this for many, many years. Some of you are aware, some of you know that my background is in communications, marketing, and public relations. I spent many years working in a corporate environment in marketing and advertising. And then after having 2 of my boys, I shifted to a post-secondary education space where I teach first-year college students all about business and marketing. And from this perspective, I teach them to really hone in and understand their consumers' needs, their wants, and their desires. And then from that place, from truly understanding who they are trying to reach, who is going to be best suited to purchase or use their products and services. Once you get a good understanding of who that person is, and we call that the target audience, then you can create things that will meet their needs, help them in their lives, create solutions to their problems. And this is kind of what we're going to be doing, but for ourselves. So with that being said, there is a worksheet and you're going to have some time. You're going to carve out a little bit of space to have fun with this. Create your own persona. And we're going to do this in the third person because sometimes it feels a little bit too close. Sometimes we can feel like, ooh, I don't know if I can handle that. I don't know if that's really who I am, or there might be some fears or some judgments holding us back. But when we can do this in the third person, when we're creating this persona, this, 2.0 version, sometimes it can remove those barriers a little bit and it can become easier and it feels a little bit lighter. So that's what I'm going to ask of you today, is to create this persona in the third person, because you are going to be jumping into this persona once it's created. But right now, let's just have fun with it. Let's just treat it as if we're going through and we're having fun and we're dreaming a little bit. So this is going to be sort of me with my marketing cap on, as well as helping with the personal development and going through this experience that I myself have gone through. So to begin, we're going to be talking a little bit about some marketing concepts, and I'm going to apply it to how you're creating your persona for this year. One concept in marketing, as we're looking to understand who our target audience is, what we do is we break down the overall marketplace, all of the people, because it's very difficult to reach absolutely everyone. So we have to break it up, and we call that process segmentation, dividing up all of the marketplace into smaller segments, smaller markets. And by doing this, we can better tend to the needs of our markets that we are going to be targeting. So for this exercise, I would like for you to come up with the persona within these 4 bases of segmentation. So you are going to be creating this vision of yourself. You're seeing yourself in your best light. If anything were possible, who would you be stepping into this year? What is this person doing? Who are they interacting with? What are the habits of this person? And we're going to go through it with these 4 steps. Are you ready? And if you're a little bit familiar with marketing, with the basis of segmentation, this might feel a little bit easier, but you don't have to have any marketing knowledge whatsoever. So no worries at all. What we're going to be doing, and feel free to bring your sheet out if you have even just some fresh paper that you want to pull out right now. We're going to start dreaming, and you might want to put at the top, fill in that space, your 2023 vision of you. Put your name up there if that feels right. And there's 4 bases of segmentation. The bases are demographic, geographic, psychographic, and then usage and benefits. So we're going to start where I think is the easiest place, and which you might be most familiar with, and that is those demographic characteristics. And oftentimes these are the things that aren't really going to change much, especially for yourself where you are in this stage of your life. So demographics are those things that you would find on something like a Statistics Canada website. These are the things that are often very visible from the outset, or that you can, dig a little bit deeper under the surface and learn very quickly. But as we're going through with this 2023 persona, let's think of it from who we are stepping into. So some of the things like age and gender probably aren't going to change very much. Some of the things like how you identify, your ethnicity, your race, that's not going to change. Some of the things that you might want to dream of and think about from the perspective of who you're stepping into this year, who you are envisioning for yourself, one of those areas might be your income level. So you might want to think about, how much money are you receiving this year? What is that income bracket perhaps that you're going to be in? How are you generating revenue this year? So you might want to think of it from the perspective of income, as well as your vocation. So what is the industry that you might want to be working in this year? Are you an entrepreneur? Do you have specific things that you want to be doing this year in your work? When you think of yourself in 2023, who are you being when it comes to your career? And this is the area where you can fill in your 2023 vision for yourself professionally. So how much money are you making? What is the place and the space that you're working in? Are you working for yourself? Are you working for someone else? Are you going to be getting a raise this year? Are you going to be changing departments? So think about this a little bit. Dream about this. Ideally, when 2023 comes to an end, in this demographic space, when we're talking about your income, your career, your professional life, who are you going to be? And that's pretty much what your demographic area is going to uncover. The next the next base of segmentation, as we're thinking about who you are becoming in 2023, this is where we think about the geographic base. And again, for some of you, this might not change very much. When we're thinking of geographics, we are going to be considering where you live, work, and play. So in 2023, where are you living? Do you have your sights set on moving in 2023? Are you going to be building a new house? Are you going to be finding your dream home? Are you going to be making improvements within the space that you're living in? Are you going to be renovating some bedrooms or some spaces within your home? Are you going to be, painting or doing things that are going to really bring new energy and new life where you're living? And this can also, really pertain to not where you're living within the four, walls of your physical living space, but it can also pertain to the city, the actual place. Are you living in an urban area and you want to be moving to the suburbs or to a countryside where there's, a lot less people and less traffic? Are you going to be moving, from a different, province to another part of the entire country or to a whole new country? Are you going to be, are you envisioning yourself as the type of person who perhaps lives nomadically? So I want you to think about this from the place of where you live, work, and play. So when we're talking about work, are you working in an office space? Do you work out of the home? In 2023, do you envision having a home office? Are you working from bed like I often love to do? Are you perhaps traveling for work and going to destinations? Do you see yourself speaking in front of crowds? Or do you see yourself being interviewed or going on podcasts? What does this look like from that geographic standpoint? What does your work look like from where you're working and where you are? And then finally, when we're looking at that geographic base of segmentation, we've talked about where we're living, where we're working, and what about where we're playing? In 2023, do you have your sights set on travel? Do you have your sights set on perhaps purchasing a vacation property, maybe a cottage or a camp, maybe a condo in an exotic destination? Are you planning on, visiting family or friends, planning an all-inclusive trip, going somewhere with your family, going somewhere with your spouse, going somewhere all alone? Perhaps you want to envision a retreat for yourself. And this doesn't have to be things that are already in the works. This doesn't have to be things that are already somewhat planned for you. Let's dream big. If anything were possible, if anything could happen in 2023 when it comes to where you live, work, and play, where are you and what are you doing? So I want you to think about this, give this base of segmentation some thought as you create your persona for this year. What is the 2023 version of you doing when it comes to geographics? Our third base of segmentation is psychographics. And this, from a marketing standpoint, can be somewhat tricky to uncover because it's very hard to get into the psyche of your customer. It is difficult to kind of tap into how your customer thinks. So from this perspective, how you think and from who you want to become, I want you to create the persona from a psychographic standpoint, looking at the personality of you in 2023, the motives. What are you motivated by? Your lifestyle in 2023. Who are you being? So from a psychographic perspective, is the 2023 version of you practicing gratitude? How are you thinking? Are you always looking at it from a glass half empty perspective, or are you actively and intentionally and being mindful about looking at things from a positive angle? If you are creating this persona in 2023, Who are you from the standpoint of those I am statements? So are you calm in 2023? Are you patient in 2023? Loving, kind? And perhaps are there traits that you no longer have room for in 2023? Are there perhaps, lifestyle habits that you're ready to discard for 2023? So I want you to think of it from this psychographic standpoint. Who are you being from that personality standpoint? And as you envision yourself, I want you to write down whatever comes to mind. So you don't have to be overly technical about it. Please don't worry about getting this right or wrong. From your heart, from that gut, what is your intuition telling you? When you close your eyes and pause and are quiet for a minute, who is coming to the forefront? And I want you to write that down as part of your persona for 2023. Okay. And our fourth base of segmentation, the final base that we're going to be talking about as you create that vision of you this year, is looking at usage and benefits. And this standpoint, really, when we're talking about it from a marketing standpoint, we're looking at understanding what benefits are sought out by customers when they are purchasing products. What are they seeking? What are the solutions that they're looking for? And from a usage rate standpoint, how often are they using the products and the services and the offers that we are putting together? Are they a loyal customer or first-time user, et cetera, et cetera? So when we're thinking about this from creating your persona for this year, I want you to think about what you're seeking out that is going to support you in your life this year. So as you envision 2023 you, what are the services that are going to help you in your life, personally, professionally, from the home standpoint, with your family, perhaps with a kid standpoint? So an example might be in 2023, if anything were possible, you would hire a housekeeper to come and clean the house every second week. If anything were possible in 2023, maybe you would have a part-time nanny come in to help with the after school for your kids, get them to their activities, maybe help making dinner and getting things prepared, packing lunches, that sort of thing. Maybe in 2023, that ideal vision of you hires an assistant. Maybe you have a VA help you with some of those mundane tasks that you are always putting off. Maybe you're going to hire them for just a few hours a week, maybe anywhere from 5 to 10 hours, and they're going to help you maybe with your social media posting and putting content together. Maybe they're going to help with some of those accounting and bookkeeping things that you've been putting off. Maybe in 2023, you are seeking benefits from a self-care perspective. So who is that version of you that is putting themselves first? Are you maybe booking regular massages? Are you maybe seeking out some wellness and some exercise assistance? Are you joining a gym or seeking out the help of a personal trainer or a physiotherapist or a nutritionist, someone who's going to help put a plan in place for you to feel your best and healthiest self? In 2023, if anything was possible, how would you seek out services and how would you receive support? Would you ask for help? Would you perhaps speak to your parents, your in-laws, and ask them for help with the kids, maybe a couple hours a week? Would you maybe look to your neighbors, see if there is a nanny share that you can, tap into, or even just ask them if they would be willing to watch the kids for an hour or two a week so that you could go out for a walk or head to that yoga or Pilates class? In 2023, what are those benefits that you're seeking out that's going to allow you to live the life that you are envisioning? Because you cannot do it alone. So what are those benefits being sought? Maybe you know that in the past, as you looked back on 2022, you've learned some lessons. Perhaps you've learned that you needed more support, perhaps with mental health, perhaps with physical health, perhaps with emotional health. Perhaps you seek out the support of a therapist this year. Maybe that persona is someone who is getting help and getting care from many aspects in many places of their life. And from this standpoint, when we're talking about benefits sought, we really have to be mindful about not only where we're seeking support, but where we're also letting go. So as you envision this version of you stepping into your 2023 persona, maybe there are some areas, some people, some activities in your life that you're ready to release, ready to discard, ready to let go of, because it just doesn't fit into this vision that you're holding of yourself for 2023. Maybe 2023, this persona you're creating, maybe they read more, and therefore they're releasing Netflix and binge watching TV all hours of the night. Maybe this version of you is, looking to personal development and listening to self-care and self-help podcasts. And so maybe this version of you has a little less time for the group chats. Maybe this version of you has a little less time for gossip and for, watching the news and looking at all of the negativity and bad things that are happening in the world. So I want you to think of it from the perspective of who you're stepping into, what you are available for as you create this version of yourself, and also what you're not available for, who you are not going to be, who you are ready to release and shed and let go of. And this exercise doesn't have to take long, my friends. However, if you can carve out some quality space for this to really and truly allow yourself to think and allow your mind to wander and allow yourself to really just let go and feel what is coming through you, I promise you, you are already going to start stepping into this person. So that is pretty well what we're going to discuss today. I want you to get that worksheet out. If you need, get just a fresh sheet of paper and write this down, the 4 bases of segmentation, and talk about it and really envision yourself. We don't need to know how. We don't need to know right now, day 2 of this challenge. We don't need to know exactly how this plan is going to be put together, because that's coming in later days. Right now, your task is to have fun with this and to really just dream and envision your highest self and who you want to step into this year, knowing that anything and everything is possible. So that is it for today. And what are we doing tomorrow? Day 3 is where we're going to release. And so we're going to take some of these concepts that we've talked about in day 1 and today in day 2, and we are going to look to release some of those fears and judgments and look at what's perhaps holding us back, what might be stopping us from actually pushing through and stepping into this vision that we're holding. So write out that persona of you, 2023 version of yourself, make it clear and envision yourself being this person. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I can't wait to see you here for day 3 of our challenge. Take good care. Holy smokes, how was that for you? Did you love creating that persona? Did you learn something about marketing? This is how you are being targeted as a consumer each and every day. But when we apply these concepts to ourselves, magical things can happen. And if you are thinking, wow, this was great, I can't wait to build on it, then you need to join us for the 7-day challenge that is starting so soon. If you're ready to have an amazing year, filled with incredible milestones and big goals, and without overwhelm and exhaustion, this challenge is for you. If you're ready to jump into a life that you create with ease, joy, and fun, and without the added stress, drama, and guilt, this challenge is for you. And if you want to be in control of your life, enjoy all of the things that make it great, and let go of all of that stuff that holds you back, my friend, you guessed it, this challenge is for you. And if you sign up using the link in this podcast notes, there is an incredible offer waiting for you. I can't wait for you to join me in this challenge. If you sign up now, you will receive all of this amazing stuff at a huge discount with an incredible bonus offer for you. So I can't wait to share it with you. I want you to have it all in 2023. Are you with me? Let's do this. I can't wait to see you in a few days. And for now, I wish you all the best as you are juggling, as you are doing all the things. And I can't wait to see you here for another episode of the Juggle is Real podcast. Take good care.